Doing a little bit of hugelkulture in here in southwestern Pennsylvania, up in Appalachia, 2,200 feet. It's August 2020. Coronavirus is alive and well, but we're getting ready to plant some food next year. We don't live up here at this property yet, but we have a swale that I did a couple of weeks ago. Did about 1,500 feet of these swales so far. I'm going to try to catch some of this water coming off this hill and spread it out. It gets very, very wet in the springtime. So these mounds, these berms here are going to get planted with some perennials. I don't know exactly what yet, but lower growing stuff, nothing huge, because this hugelkulture bed is going to be for a lot of annuals, herbs. I don't know. My wife wanted to do some garlic and some shallots over there in a bed, and I kind of went a little overkill on the size of the bed, because I thought, well, what the hell, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do a nice big bed, and that way we have the option if in the springtime we want to, I don't know, plant a bunch of potatoes or something, we can do that. Hugelkulture is, I guess it's a German practice. I don't know. Sepp Holzer recommends doing this. I've done some reading on it, but essentially you're burying a lot of biomass. So I stripped up the topsoil, put down all this maple, and if I had a lot of mulch, I would probably cover it up with a lot of mulch before I put the topsoil back on, but I don't have a ton of mulch. I do have some grass over there, but I'm probably going to save it for just mulching the surface after I put the topsoil back. One thing I could do is take all this sorghum Sudan grass, or at least some of it, cut some of it down with a brush cutter, and lay it down on top. I think it would benefit to have some green in there, help to get some the biologics moving, give them what they need. Probably also would help to kind of form like a bit of a mat on those. Boy, I can see all the deer tracks in here. They say there's no deer up here. I say bullshit. But yeah, it would help to kind of keep some voids in amongst that maple, so that there's some air down there, and just, I don't know, just different spaces. So I have a lot of sugar maple on the property, mountain maple, and it's pretty tight up in there. It's far too dense. This property grew back from farm and pasture over the course of 3/4 of a century, and it's been logged out several times since. So some nice trees up there, but maple's just growing too close together. So I need to do some thinning anyway, so this is great. I don't feel like this is a waste at all. A lot of people look at trees in terms of board feet and BTU content. I just see it as a tree. But I do see it as a resource, though, still to be utilized. I'd like to keep it on the property as long as I can. And if I burn it, it leaves. And if it's board feet, it leaves. Unless I'm building with it. But in this case, it's going to rot underneath all this garden soil over the course of half a decade or a decade, and it's going to build some really good soil, I hope. At the very least, it's going to create conditions to allow for water retention and just good soil structure, fungal soil structure, I hope. So anyway, I sound pretty tired. There's probably 2.5 cords of wood here, maybe just 2, but it's a lot. Maple's heavy, it's green. So I did throw a couple of rotten pieces of wood in there just to kind of seed a little bit of fungal stuff. Hopefully get things moving a little bit. But I just think in the dirt and in the rain and things, there's just in the air, there's going to be some spores that help to get things started. So I'm going to have to get this topsoil back on, but I know there's not nearly enough there, so I'm going to have to go thieve some from somewhere else. It's the beauty of having a large piece of overgrown property. There's always a resource in one place, that's actually needs to be removed. So I think I have a spot up there that's laying a little wet. I'd like to get some of that soil out of there and allow it to fill full of water. So maybe I'll go investigate that spot, get some woods dirt out, fill this in with that. I do have some tulip poplar there. yellow poplar, tulip magnolia, whatever you want to call it. Those are just some branches. Probably going to go ahead and toss on top before I throw the sorghum Sudan grass on. And yeah, go from there. So I'm just about done with today. It's getting a little warm. All right, well, that's my version of hugelkulture. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.